Yo, what is good, Jets Nation? Welcome back to Jets Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I want to give you guys my thoughts of today's training camp. I was actually in attendance. I just got home. I know this video is uploading really late in the day when you guys probably already knew what happened this morning based on other videos that you're watching or other, things on Twitter. It was a long 2.5-hour drive with traffic from, one Jets drive to Long Island. So I'm finally home and finally recorded my video. And the cool thing about today's recap is I'm not going to be referring to the beat reporters that are at practice today because I was there with my own eyes, so I can give you guys the takeaways that I had from Jets training camp, what I've noticed from Zach Wilson, from the defense, from the offense, from the coaching staff, from pretty much everything that we saw today at training camp. So I'm really excited to give you guys my thoughts of what I took away from the most from today's practice. Again, this is the last day without pads, so it's really hard to evaluate. That's one thing I noticed about, what this team was looking like without pads. It's hard to evaluate what's going on in the run game and the trenches and even, pass rush and everything like that without pads. It really starts to, training camp officially, I would say, begins Monday because that's when pads go on and that's when you're really going to be able to tell what's going on, who's looking good, who's looking bad. But I still have a lot of takeaways that I'm going to talk about in today's video and what I took away from being there in person. First of all, the energy from Jets fans was awesome. And shout out to everybody that came up to me to say what's good at training camp. I love meeting you all. And a quick shout out to Donnie. I appreciate you if you're watching this video. I appreciate all the support from Donnie, of course. And so before I hop into the video and give you guys my thoughts of today's practice, I just want to let you guys know I talked about it in previous videos, but this will be the final video of me reporting about training camp until I come back from my trip. I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm actually going to Costa Rica for 2 weeks for training, so I'm not going to be able to be on top of training camp like I usually am. So if you guys are wondering where I'm at, I'm not going to be here for the next 2 weeks, unfortunately, for the Jets perspective. But don't you guys worry, you're going to have a lot of Jets content creators out there to keep you guys in the loop of what's going on at training camp. I'll be back in the middle of preseason, and then you already know Jets Media is going to be making content, going live every single day leading up to the season. So don't you guys worry. It's not like I'm going to be gone for too long, just 2 weeks. And I'm going to try to make some videos while I'm over there with my phone to give you guys my updated thoughts of what I'm seeing on Twitter, what I'm seeing over there. But I can't really commit to a video every single day after practice like I usually do. So just a little disclaimer, a little heads up of what's going on in my life outside of my YouTube channel. That's my personal life update in case anybody is wondering. So let's get right into today's video, but before we do that, please do me a favor, smash that subscribe button, like the video if you guys enjoy, and please comment down below your thoughts of your biggest takeaways from today's training camp. So my thoughts, if you guys saw, I was live after practice with my phone, and I got a lot of cool things to talk about with that. If you guys didn't see, here's a quick little clip of me actually catching a pass from Sauce Gardner. He threw a shirt. I'm actually wearing the t-shirt that he threw to me. Oh, snagged it. I snagged that, baby. I snagged that. Yo, I hope you guys saw that on camera. I just snagged this. Sauce Gardner just threw that to me. I got camera in my right hand, snagged it with my left hand. Robert Saleh, Joe Douglas, sign me, baby. It's just really cool. I was live and I was holding my phone with my right hand and my left hand. I just snag it out of that guy's hands in front of me and I catch it with one hand. That was really cool. But overall, my biggest takeaways that I have from training camp, being there in person, was number one, let's talk about Sauce Gardner real quick, because in person, man, that guy looks absolutely just massive, and not like wide, just tall. He's just really lanky. He looks like a player in person that's, okay, you can tell he's different, because what are all the things that we heard about with Sauce Gardner when we drafted him, that he's physically different. They don't make corners at that size. So seeing it up close and personal and seeing it with my own eyes, it really makes sense about why this man has all the hype around him being the 4th overall pick, because being able to do what he does at that size of 6'3" with those long arms, having a 4'4" 40-yard dash, and just being a guy that can close speed, and the wingspan's ridiculous, the vertical, like everything about Sauce Gardner in person, seeing him go through the cornerback drills, I was like, wow, that man looks different. That man looks like a player that could potentially really take over this entire Jets defense for the foreseeable future and be the cornerstone of the secondary for this Jets team for a long time. And I'm just really blown away with what I saw from Sauce Gardner just by looking at him, just by him going through individual drills. He didn't really do anything in team drills today that really stood out in terms of any interceptions or anything crazy. He did have a lot of battles with Elijah Moore and a lot of battles with Garrett Wilson that we'll get into, and Corey Davis as well. But I really feel like just seeing Sauce Gardner up close and personal, that was the first thing I noticed when I was out there and I walked to the bleachers and I saw him. I was like, damn, that man is a big man in terms of his height at that position. And then getting into some other things I want to talk about, Zach Wilson, let's get into him. So basically, Zach Wilson had an up and down day. He started off pretty well. He had a really awesome throw to Garrett Wilson over the middle, who was actually the star of practice today. Garrett Wilson looked like that rookie sensation that we're so excited about out of Ohio State with a 10th overall pick. Garrett Wilson was doing everything. It all started when Zach Wilson threw a dart over the middle to Garrett Wilson for a diving completion for the first down. And then the next play, Garrett Wilson caught a quick slant from Joe Flacco, and Garrett Wilson made somebody miss with a crazy cool juke move. He just looks so different with the ball in his hands, and Garrett Wilson is definitely the next player we have to highlight before we get deep into what Zach Wilson did today, because he is such a difference maker for this team as a rookie. It's awesome to see that he is making a big difference as a rookie, and it's only day 3 or day 4 of training camp without pads on. He goes up there, his athleticism shows, his shiftiness shows, his quickness, his footwork, his intelligence, and I also noticed that he's a little hard on himself. There was a play where Garrett Wilson went across the middle, and Zach Wilson threw the ball to him over the cross, and it was a contested catch. He tried to go up for a 50-50 ball. It was a little high, but it was where the ball needed to be if Garrett Wilson was going to bring it down from Zach Wilson, and he tried to high point the ball in traffic. He had the ball in his hands, but then DJ Reed knocks it out of his hands, and then Brennan Eccles brings him down to the ground. It's an incomplete pass, and first of all, that was crazy athleticism for Garrett Wilson to even jump that high and get the ball in his hands in the first place, but he came down with it incomplete, and I saw Garrett Wilson walk to the sideline. He's really upset with himself that he did not bring that in, really beating himself up. You see the veterans of CJ Uzomah, you see Corey Davis, Elijah Moore going up to him and pat him on the back like, it's all good, man, focus on the next play, don't get too down on yourself. So that tells me that Garrett Wilson really holds himself in a high standard. He really expects greatness out of him, and I feel like he understands that that's a play that he can make. He can make those spectacular catches, and he holds himself to a high standard. So that's really awesome to see that Garrett Wilson really believes that he can be that guy, because he was all over the place today. Really, really good things from Garrett Wilson, returning punts, doing everything on the receiving game from Zach Wilson to Joe Flacco, just being that guy that I feel like is going to become a fan favorite immediately with his athleticism and his footwork and his catch radius. Love everything what I saw from Garrett Wilson today. And then getting back into Zach Wilson. So if we look at the tweets that I was tweeting live from the game. Pressure was getting to Zach Wilson early. Quinnen Williams blew up a play, forcing Zach Wilson to throw the ball away. Then Zach Wilson had a nice timing route to Tyler Conklin for a 7-yard gain. Elijah Moore, there was one play in particular where he beat DJ Reed off the line of scrimmage. It was a really good go route. Elijah Moore had separation, and Zach Wilson threw the ball to him, but Elijah Moore lost the ball, and it was just a miscommunication from Zach and Elijah, so they cannot complete on that deep pass. But then when it comes to the red zone period, Zach Wilson had an interesting performance. So the first play, if I remember correctly, first play was a quick pass to Michael Carter, the running back, and he was down at the 1-yard line. The next play is where the pick six happens. He throws an out route to Elijah Moore to the left corner of the end zone from the front pylon. DJ Reed jumps the route. It was underthrown. DJ Reed returns it for an interception, pick six. Really awesome to see the defense get that energy, right? It's really interesting because the Jets fans that are at practice, we're rooting for the offense, right? We're rooting for the offense. But at the end of the day, we should be pumped up. The defense just made a really good play, but I understand. We don't want to see our quarterback throwing interceptions like that in the red zone, but it was cool to see the defense get so hyped up. Sauce Gardner goes across the field, and he's doing a backflip at the end of the end zone for his guy in DJ Reed. Cool to see DJ Reed really show off that ball skill, because that was impressive. He jumped that route. He showed his ability to be, a difference maker at that cornerback spot. But what I loved about Zach Wilson, which if you guys watch my training camp videos, I always say this, and it's exactly what he did. What did Zach Wilson do after he threw that pick six? The next play, he throws a touchdown to Jeff Smith in the back of the end zone with a beautiful touch pass in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. Next play after that, Tyler Conklin gets in the end zone from Zach Wilson. So that's what I love about Zach Wilson. Even though he did not have a spectacular day, he makes a mistake, throws an interception in the red zone, back-to-back plays on the next drive is touchdown. That shows you the resilient factor from Zach Wilson. The up and down performance from Zach Wilson continues to show week in and week out. And I honestly have to give love to Joe Flacco, because Joe Flacco is dropping dimes all day long. I mean, Rashad Davis, number 18, he had two really good catches deep down the field. One from Joe Flacco down the sideline, another from Mike White down the middle. He's running with the third team, but Joe Flacco at the end of practice threw a dime, a corner route in the back of the end zone to Corey Davis. There was two defenders on Corey, and Joe just dropped it in the bucket to Corey Davis, who had to go up there, toe drag swag, in the corner of the end zone to get that touchdown. Also, Denzel Mims, he had an interesting sequence where he dropped the ball. It was through his hands a little high, could have caught it, but the next play, he goes out there and gets a really nice first down on the sideline with a cornerback draped all over him, contested grab on the sideline. So that's really my thoughts and my biggest takeaways from today's training camp. You know, Garrett Wilson was a star. It was really hard to evaluate what's going on in the trenches. Oh, and how can I forget this? How can I possibly forget talking about these two players? Because these are the two players that I really wanted to talk about the most in this video, and I'm really upset that it took me this long to remember about them. Breece Hall and Michael Carter, guys, they're going to be crazy. They're going to be something that the Jets fans have been waiting for at that running back position for quite some time. Breece Hall, the first time he got the ball, took it to the house. And again, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Without pads, it's hard to evaluate it, but it's really hard to not notice how different Breece Hall looks out there with the ball in his hands. And then it's awesome because Breece Hall looks really electric with the ball. The next play, Michael Carter gets the ball and he takes it to like the house as well, and Carter looks electric. It really looks like this offensive line on that right side is doing well because both of those plays were opened up from Mekhi Becton and Elijah Vera-Tucker, and Breece Hall and Michael Carter really look like players that are going to be doing really great things for this Jets team, and I cannot wait to see that dynamic duo of Carter and Hall at that running back spot. So that's really my thoughts and my takeaway of training camp today. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, guys. I really appreciate all the support here on Jets Media, man. It really does mean a lot to me that you continuously show support on the channel. Again, I'll be away for 2 weeks, so this is probably the last video until I get back in the studio. I might be making some videos. I might be going live while I'm away, but that's going to be sporadic. That's going to be from my phone. It's not going to be as professional as it is here, so bear with me, guys. I'm really excited to give you guys my thoughts and reaction when I get back from my trip. You know, personal things are coming first right now. I got to make sure that I got my head right and I'm doing everything for work outside of these YouTube channels. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Do not forget to like the video if you guys enjoy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Let's go Jets. Peace out.